Hello there, and welcome to episode 19 of Turning Tracks. My name is Kris.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here to talk about the music that we love. For my pick this episode, I went with a band that I've loved for a long time, but only recently learned how much. I discovered them through a bizarre anime series called FLCL, and their massive catalog of music is chock full of fantastic tunes. I hope you don't mind listening to music in Japanese, because today we listen to the music of The Pillows. Well, hi there, Matt.
Hi there, Kris.
How are you on this fine, freezing March day?
Damn you, Smarch.
Lousy Smarch weather.
I'm all right. I can't really complain too much.
Yeah, I'm okay. I have to do some parental disciplining this evening that I'm not looking forward to. But
Really?
Yeah, I found out this morning that my 7-year-old daughter has been lying to my face every morning for a solid week. And she got caught red-handed this morning, and it's not going to be a pleasant afternoon.
Well,
but you know what's going to be pleasant? This episode, because I am very excited. Very, very excited. For anyone new to the show, here's how this works. Each episode, either Matt or myself picks a band or an artist, and then that person has to choose 10 tracks, and 10 tracks only that they believe best represent that band or artist. We listen to them, discuss them, and that is how it goes. Yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about getting this cooking here. So let's talk a little bit about the band. The Pillows formed in 1989 in Hokkaido, Japan. Kenji Ueda, Shinshiro Sato, Sawao Yamanaka, and Yoshiaki Manabe. This is usually on Waveback we have to do our blanket apology, but I'm going to go ahead and blanket apologize to all four of those names and for just the horrible pronunciation. I apologize. I'm trying. They all left their existing music projects to become The Pillows, supposedly named after an English post-punk compilation record entitled Pillows and Prayers. They released their first singles in 1990 and signed on with Pony Canyon to release their first full-length album in 1991. However, in 1992, Ueda, who had handled half of The Pillows' compositions, left the band. They've been a trio ever since, with Sawao Yamanaka on vocals and rhythm guitar, Yoshiaki Manabe on lead guitar, and Shinshiro Sato on drums. Satoon. I combined Sato and on. I forgot the space mark. Shinshiro Sato on drums, with a small group of rotating bass players to fill out Ueda's role. In 1999, they were approached to use their music for the anime series FLCL, for which they wrote 2 new songs. While they were already a reasonably popular band in Japan, this exposed their music to a much wider audience and propelled them to global success. They're still making music and touring today with 22 studio albums under their belts.
Whoa.
Matt, what is your personal history with this band?
My personal history comes from the anime FLCL. It was such a bizarre animated series. I remember it being on, I want to say it was on either Adult Swim or the late night Cartoon Network.
Toonami.
Yes. I want to say it was on one of the two of them. You'll probably know better than I do.
I think Toonami was a block in Adult Swim, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was a Cartoon Network deal. It was part of their late night anime block.
Okay, yeah. At that time I didn't have cable. I used to hang out with a guy, pretty much like all the time, and we'd hang out to the wee hours in the morning, and we'd channel surf when we weren't, I don't know, listening to music and stuff. And I guess either he stumbled upon it, we stumbled upon it. It was just a bizarre, funny little show. Guitars were growing out of people's heads, but I was blown away at the at just how beautiful like the guitars looked. They had a Rickenbacker bass, and I thought, oh my god, that like came right out of a catalog. I love the Rick. I think it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous. That show is, the whole show is just animated. It's visual poetry. It's completely insane, but it is stunning to look at. And yes, the detail on the instruments is like, holy cow.
That's really, the visual is what drew me in, and then the storyline's wacky. I barely remember it, but I really do remember the music being so like its own character almost. It really just, it worked so well with what I was watching, the storyline I was experiencing. I thought this is a fantastic, what do you call it? Like a fantastic soundtrack. But, even still at that time, I was still young, angry, and, obnoxious. So I didn't, we didn't have, I don't think at that time, the internet was still kind of in its infancy. And so getting like the details who the band was, I don't think was something we were considering. I'm sure it was in the credits, but some 9 times out of 10, the credits are in Japanese. So I couldn't even tell you, what we were thinking at the time. I just think, um, rather, I just remember thinking, this is a really cool and bizarre little thing. And then several years later, I ended up going to college for like a semester or two. And there was this guy, whose name now, of course, I can't remember. He was, he was a nice guy. You could tell he had a sheltered life, and he really just wanted friends. And I think he might have been on the spectrum a little bit because he used to just say "fooly cooly" all the time. Like once he found out I had seen that show, he wanted to be like my friend so bad, and I always wanted to be like, you don't have to try so hard, dude. Just but he would just say like fooly cooly," and I remember having like these moments in the courtyard while we're playing hacky sack, and he's just standing around like, "You guys watch Fooly Cooly? It's really really good. I just love saying the word Fooly Cooly." It was so weird. But then again, I went to a performing arts school too, so there were a lot of musicians there who probably did actually know who the Pillows were because like these musicians that went to the school were top notch. There were some really great musicians. Like at lunchtime, jazz ensembles would play. It's like this is like fame or something. I don't know. Anyway, all my experience with the Pillows comes from Fooly Cooly. So I'm looking at the track list and I imagine there's gonna be some stuff that I don't know. I know for a fact there's gonna be stuff I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes, you're right. This is an extremely difficult track list to put together.
As you've told me many a time.
So my history, I also discovered them through the anime Fooly Cooly. I loved that anime block with like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun, Fooly Cooly,
Mhm.
Big O, um, Outlaw Star. I loved Adult Swim. I was
Yeah.
fortunate enough to have cable back then, and I just loved watching it every night. And this show came along, and it just floored me. And it was the visual design. The story is completely insane, but the
Yeah.
visual design and the music in particular just knocked my socks off. I loved this music so much, and I wound up buying the DVDs. And eventually, I tracked down the soundtracks online. Like Amazon was selling the Fully Cooley soundtrack, and that's how I figured out that the band was the Pillows. And I then tried to torrent some of their music, and the best I found were like 2 or 3 songs, but I later found out that the album names were completely wrong. And so my exploration into the depths of the Pillows library was extremely limited. It was just I just kind of hit this wall. A few years ago, they announced sequel series to Fooly Cooly, and that is when I decided to track down. The internet has come a long way, so I was able to actually track down their entire library and discovered a metric ton of music by them that I also adore. Now, I'd say of the 10 tracks from the original series, which was only 6 episodes, we got one, two, three, four, five. Oh, okay. So only 5 of the songs that I picked are actually from the original Fooly Cooly series. I haven't watched the sequels. I do think one of my other tracks is in the sequel series, but I haven't really watched those. So yeah, I actually did a good job. I did a 50-50 split. Good for me. Hooray!
Yay.
Boy. But yeah, their catalog is massive, and I definitely have my favorites. A lot of my favorites are the songs that they used in the show. Whoever picked their music for the show had a pretty good grasp on what the best of the Pillows was, but it's certainly not all that they had by a long shot. So much of their music is so very good. I have not heard a single album by them that I don't enjoy to an extent, but I wound up really focusing on like 5 or 6 albums total here, just because they have so many, we can't possibly cover it all in 10 tracks. So I think they did a pretty good job. Um, we opened the episode with a song called Rain Brain, which is the first track off their excellent album, 2000 from 2002, Thank You, My Twilight, which we will be hearing more from later. That is one of the, I wound up buying just last year. They reissued like almost their entire catalog on vinyl. So I wound up getting my 4 favorite albums from them on vinyl, ordering them directly from Japan, which was really fun and interesting because those, if you look up the prices of those albums here in North America, they're just insanely expensive, but you can just buy them for retail price from Japan. Like the shipping is kind of a killer, but it's like a fraction of what people are charging for these albums in America, which is nuts. But anyway, so to kick things off, we're going to travel back to 1998. This is their album called Little Busters, and the song we're going to kick off with is called Little Busters. It's one of my favorites of theirs, and if you've watched Fooly Cooly, you know this song. This is the song that plays at the end of every episode. Not the song that plays during the credits of every episode, but every episode, all 6 episodes ended with this song. So it's a little strange to be kicking this off with a song that's to most people who know of this band in North America associate this song with a conclusion, but we're going timeline wise here. I wanted to put these in chronological order. So Little Busters is what we're starting with, is a wonderful song by the Pillows. Let's give it a listen.
With a kiss, think of the future. Maybe kids don't need the masters, just waiting for the little bastards. Oh yeah. With a kiss, think of the future. Maybe kids don't need the masters, just waiting for the little bastards. Oh yeah. 色褪せないきなミュージックでと手がしてる同じドアをノックしたいこの声が聞こえたら飛び出して With a kiss think of the future Maybe kids don't need a master Just waiting for the little bastards. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. With a kiss, think of the future. Maybe kids don't need
That was Little Busters by The Pillows in its full original glory from their album, Little Busters. How did that grab you, sir?
That had such a Beatles vibe to it. Like, I mean, there's a lot of musicians that cite the Beatles as, if you want to learn songwriting, look at the Beatles. If you want to learn X, Y, and Z, look at other. But that's a very like Beatles type of piece of music where with everything. And I mean that in the highest of compliments. It's just a fantastic song. It reminds me of so many different things too. Like I get the band Sponge in there a little bit.
Mm.
Beatles, obviously. There's just like a little noise rock from that kind of time period. Was this 98? Was that 98? Yeah. So there's definitely like some of that hangover. It's a fantastic track. I loved it. I thought it was really, really well done. I love the guitar sound. It's distorted and jangly all at the same time. The vocals have like there's like a gang vocal kind of presence and yet not, but this sort of is. So that means there's some kind of vocal effects going on, some vocal processing. Super cool piece of music.
Yes, indeed. Did you recognize it from the show? Did you remember this one?
Yes, yeah. As soon as those opening chords hit, I went, "Oh yeah."
Oh, I love those opening chords. I love the end. I love the very end when the bass line goes up high. I mean, you know me. I love it when bass lines go up super high like that. I think it's a wonderful song. I have no idea what the lyrics mean. I know that the bulk of it's just repeating the chorus. When the kids sing of the future, maybe kids don't need the masters, just waiting for the little busters. Oh yeah, I have no idea what that means. No clue. I don't know what a little buster is. I don't care. It is such a freaking catchy song. And it's, I just love it. I just love it to bitty pieces. So we're going to move on to the next track, also off of Little Busters. This is called Hybrid Rainbow. This was used in Fooly Cooly. This song is stunningly gorgeous. This is a wonderful piece of music. This band encapsulates one of the reasons I love them so much is they encapsulate this kind of 90s grunge garage band feel so perfectly. Their sound is like, it is just, when I think of rock music, this is what it sounds like in my head. It's so perfect. This is much less of a repetitive anthem-y kind of song like Little Busters. This is just more of a rock song, and it's you get to really hear his vocal range in this one. He sings his heart out on this song, and I love it. So this is Hybrid Rainbow by The Pillows. Enjoy. That was Hybrid Rainbow by The Pillows off of their album Little Busters. This song in particular, I cannot separate this from the specific shots from the anime that I first heard this song in. It's one where they're riding on her Vespa by the beach in like the summer sunset, and this song just has that summer sunset vibe to it so perfectly. But then the first time you hear him hit those notes during that chorus is when you see that the dude with the TV head walk into this place, and he puts up his arms and he like does this blast thing and all these birds fly everywhere, and it's just like this just unfathomably gorgeous shot that's just like it's separating it from even that though on its own. I just think this is such a magnificent song. It has such a really great chill feeling to it, and this band has a somewhat goofy nature to it, but when they hit, they hit hard. Like, I don't know what he's singing about, but I can feel it. And that's part of what I think makes this band so effective.
I mean, that's part of what makes music effective, if you ask me. It doesn't matter the language. Music is kind of transcends spoken word. I agree. I vaguely, as you were describing the scene, I vaguely remember that sequence of shots for the show, but it definitely does. The moment you said it has that sunset summer vibe, that's exactly what I was trying to kind of put my finger on with this song. Gorgeous song. His voice is absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm going to point at the guitars and say I just love that distorted, jangly sound. They've managed to like hone in on a very specific timbre and tone for the guitar, which is gorgeous. These guys are super tight. The track is super tight. What I like about it is I always talk about dynamic, and that track has a really great dynamic to it. Because yeah, once they punch that chorus, it really punches in, and it's nice, and it's like, there's the talk of Phil Spector and the wall of sound and stuff. For this, I feel like it's a short and stout kind of track, in that you've got not a lot of stuff, but like you've got a lot of good stuff packed into a tight spot, and it doesn't sound messy and it doesn't sound unorganized. They've done a really, really great job with that particular track. It's fantastic. I dig it a lot.
I'm so glad to hear that. Moving on, next one we're going to be hitting up a couple of tracks from their album Runner's High from 1999, which is funny because the next two albums are both from 1999. They actually managed to crank out two outstanding albums in the same year, which is nuts. So the song is called Runner's High. The album is called Runner's High. This is one of the first songs you hear in the animated series when you're introduced to one of the main characters. This is a bit more similar to Little Busters. It's a very iconic song of theirs. It's got that kind of repetitive, fun, just chanting nature to it. It is an extremely awesome song with a very, very. It's a simple but extremely effective drum beat. I freaking love the percussion in this song. So here is Runner's High by The Pillows. Enjoy.
Escape from into sinking, do you see what I mean?
That was Runner's High by the Pillows. That's such a fun song. It's got such an energy to it, which you would expect from a song called Runner's High. What'd you think of that one?
You're absolutely right. The percussions on that piece are fantastic. Sometimes I listen to a lot of industrial, and they have like weird, drum patterns and stuff. One of the first ones that comes to mind is Nine Inch Nails track, which of course now I can't think of. But anyway, Wish. Anyway, and you think like, is the drummer really going to play that the whole track? Like that's so weird. And then by the time the track's over, you're like, oh, he really did do that. And then you listen to it again, you're like, oh my god. So like, I like you, I can really appreciate a great percussion. But I also think that comes from being a bass player and like having
Right.
played having worked so closely with drummers, because it's kind of your role in the band.
We are the
Um,
rhythm section.
yes, sir. Loved it a lot. You're right. It has a great high energy. I'm a big fan, honestly, when musicians pull away a lot of the instruments and they just have people clapping as like to keep rhythm or something, even if it's just like the kick and a clap, like so long as it's live clapping, because they'll use synthesizers and
Mm-hmm.
plugins to do it. When you get a couple of people in a live room just clapping, and then you put it with it's just so cool. It makes things, to me, it makes them so much more fun, and it really makes me perk up. But another great piece of music from what I imagine is one of the world's best bands that maybe half the world has never even heard of.
I do. Anyway, sorry. Where were we? What? Oh boy. Yes, that was all very well said. The drums repeating, like as soon as you said it, I started thinking to myself, like, was it actually just that same thing over and over the whole time? Like, no, there was more to it than that, but it's like
Mhm.
it just kind of blends in so perfectly with the rest of the music that was happening around it. It's lovely stuff. Just fantastic. All right, the next song we're going to listen to is also off of Runner's High. This song is called Midnight Down. This is not featured in Fully Cooley. Well, it's a darn catchy song, and I love it, so we're going to listen to it. Here is, because that's what we do on this show. Here
Wow.
is Midnight Down by the Pillows. Enjoy.
構わないでよ明日としは自分の目で見る触らないでよ震えてる胸の痛みはまだ帳消しじゃないぶら下がったり急にパッと手を離したり眠れない日々何十通りの答えを出したそして今世界を吹き飛ばして自由だけを吸い込んだ暗闇をくぐり抜けて君の
there's Midnight Down by The Pillows off of their album Runner's High. I love a song that's the chorus, like the thing that repeats, isn't vocal, it's a guitar lick. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such a catchy one. This is one of those songs that really just sticks with me, and I think it's great.
Got to agree. I have a feeling I'm just going to be saying this all episode that this song was great, fantastic band. I'm really impressed by their guitar sound because they've somehow managed to. Is it 2 guitar players or is it 1?
I want to say one. I can't remember what I read just a few minutes ago. Vocals and rhythm guitar, lead guitar. Yeah, two guitars.
Okay, so yeah, the rhythm guitar's got that really great distortion. Not crunchy, just enough distortion that it's got a little push to it, like maybe a little overdrive. And then the lead has got this great like Fender twin reverb. Actually, the song before this, they were messing with the Fender twin reverb has a reverb built into it, and it's a spring reverb. And you've heard it before, especially if you listen to surf music and stuff. And they were kind of messing with either they were hitting the guitar or they were kind of gently nudging the amp to give that sound. So the two of them coming together is fantastic, such a fantastic marriage of overdrive and rhythm. It's or overdrive and reverb, and it's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful, clean tone. These guys are really, really good at what they do.
Yes, hard agree. It really is a case of everything coming together, which is why I love them so much. Like they just so quickly propelled themselves to one of my favorite bands. And we're about to get to the really, really hard part for me, because the next album we're going to be talking about is Happy Bivouac, which is definitely my favorite record of theirs. And when I originally put this together, the song that I wound up cutting was from this album, and it is such a good song. But I felt weird having 4 songs off of the same album in this, considering the breadth of their catalog. So I cut one in favor of getting another song from a later album on here just to show more of what their modern sound sounds like. But this was tough because this album is so good, especially the back half. The first chunk of the album is great, but the last half of this album is just top tier. It's ridiculous. This next song is called Funny Bunny. It was used once in the show, but without the lyrics, which is without the lyrics. So you just got the music track in the actual song itself. So if you've never listened to the full soundtrack before, this might be your first time hearing the song with words. But this is another one of those summery vibe kind of songs, just really perfectly calming, just wonderful rock music, the distorted guitars, but like not rip your face off distorted guitars. You know, it's that vibe that these guys do so incredibly well. The song's called Funny Bunny. It's off of Happy Bivouac. Enjoy. Well, there you go. That was Funny Bunny. I can't remember. I remember the actual opening of the episode where they started playing the song, but I don't remember what scene they cut to after they did the logo in time with the drums that were playing over the beginning. I love that song. I again, no clue what it's about, but there's just this feeling to it that's undeniably fun. I really like that one.
This band gives me strong Refreshments vibes. It gives me
Oh
strong
yes.
vibes of the bands of that time, of that caliber. When I was saying Sponge, they have a couple of songs, if you remember Sponge, Plowed and Wax of Static were their big singles, but their albums had some deep cuts that are similar to some of this stuff. And he had such a great voice too. I forget his name now off the top of my head, but I feel like this stuff is like the precursor to what became like what they call shoegazing, navel gazing, like in Explosions in the Sky and stuff like
Mm.
that. Just these really beautiful guitars. This guy's got a great voice and it works with this band so well. They do such a great job. I'm just repeating myself at this point, but it's such fantastic stuff. This stuff makes me happy, even though that song still felt a little like not sad, not maybe melancholy a little bit, but
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
I feel a little sense of longing, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah.
So fantastic stuff. Love it.
Great call with the Sponge there. That's a good band.
I love Sponge.
We should do an episode on them sometime.
Don't threaten me with a good time. It's a shame though, because I think they only have 2 records, but
There
it's
was
a lot
the
of
one
great
with all the
stuff.
candy corn on it, and then Wax of Static. Was that it?
That's Rotting Pinata.
Rotting
And-
Pinata. I never remember the name of that. I just remember it's covered in candy corn, and then Wax of Static.
Wax of Static has his grill. He's got the gold tooth or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she
man.
was flashing in the music video for Wax of Static, which is super
Mhm.
funny. Anyway,
Good.
Sponge. Good
Yeah,
stuff. So,
sorry.
speaking of inspirations, though, and this is a pretty obvious one. This next track is called
Aha.
Kim Deal,
Aha.
which there is you can definitely hear Pixies references in this music for sure. Kim Deal was the bass player for the Pixies, and this is a great song. I have no idea what this song has to do with Kim Deal, like at all, but it doesn't matter because this is such an awesome song. This is God, it's so catchy. This has got such a great energy to it. I freaking love it. So here you go. Here's Kim Deal off of Happy Bivouac by The Pillows. Enjoy.
"キリがない しても君しかいない歌ってよ誰分かってよ誰
That was Kim Deal by The Pillows off Happy Bivouac, and it's probably my favorite song on the album. Might even be my favorite song by them. That song is freaking flawless. There's nothing I don't like about that song. It's every single note for me. I freaking love it. It's so good.
It's got such a great driving sound to it.
Yes, it
Just
does.
from start to finish, it just goes. It is a bit like an old Pixies track. It's a great song. I wanna kind of make a kind of correction to what we were talking about with Sponge. I know it's not the episode, but I couldn't let it go. Sponge has had 8 records. Excuse me,
Oh,
nine records.
well, all
Just
right then.
yeah. So I think maybe we will have to do a Sponge episode.
What a song. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one just really, really. Obviously, I bought these records looking at like, all right, well, I like this album, and I like the songs that I know off this one. And when I was listening to this one, and this song came up, it was just like, oh, holy cow, this is ridiculously good. And seriously, Happy Bivouac is such a good album. I don't know what a bivouac is. I'm glad they're happy, but whatever it is, this album completely kills it. And that's what the next song is from too as well. This song is called Crazy Sunshine. This is from what I consider to be one of the most memorable moments in the animated series. The anime series, this is from the baseball episode. This has such an extremely high energy, just everything about it is high energy. The guitar solo in particular, the way the guitar solo comes in when it does is so invigorating. It's ridiculous. This song just destroys me. It's so freaking good. Play it loud, crank this one as loud as you can. This is called Crazy Sunshine by The Pillows. Enjoy.
全世界の腰抜けモンキー未完成のゲームに夢中死ぬまで離さないバナナのルーレット縫い合わせたまぶたほどいてこぼ
was Crazy Sunshine by The Pillows off their album Happy Bivouac. And oh boy, that song kills me. That song is so good. It's got such a perfect energy to it. It's that guitar solo. I know it's not a complicated one, but like, man, it just freaking rips right at the exact right moment. It is killer. I freaking love this song.
I've said it before and I've said it again. Less is more sometimes. You get a
Yep.
simple guitar line that just sticks in someone's head. It does the trick. Side note, a bivouac is a temporary camp without tents or cover, used especially by soldiers or mountaineers.
You said tank or tent?
Tent. A temporary camp without tents or cover.
What?
I know that doesn't like help at all. It just
okay.
it prompts more questions than it does answers.
I love it. All right, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. Again, another great track from this band. It's just they just keep on with like just this great, pleasant, upbeat, fun style of music. It just keeps on rolling. The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah. It's a camp without. Never mind. It's fine. Moving on. We're good. We're good here. We're all good here. How are you? All right. So next track we're gonna listen to. This is actually one of the tracks that I found when I was looking for more music by The Pillows way back in the old internet days. This one's called "Scent of Sweet." It is off of, where'd my script go? Because I forget the year. This is off of I think it's a double album. I can't remember if it's a compilation or not. It's from 2002. It's called "Another Morning, Another Pillows." The song is called "Scent of Sweet," and it's a really catchy little tune. This is where I started to get like, there were a couple of songs on here that I was like, well, this isn't necessarily better than this other song, but it represents a different flavor of The Pillows, so that's why I had to include it. Because it's a wonderful song. I friggin' love it. It's not their best song in the world, but it's a good representation of another kind of song that they do. So here is "Scent of Sweet" by The Pillows. Enjoy. about Scent of Sweet by The Pillows. It is extremely catchy. I love this song's just the little catchy little riff it's got going on there. I love that neat little guitar sound they've got going on. It's very crunchy, small. I don't know. It's just a neat little sound they've got going on. I always thought it was a neat song.
I can't keep repeating myself. The show stinks when I do that. It's a fantastic song. They found their sound, they found like their voice, and they just do it so well. When I think of what I'm gonna do for my episodes and stuff, I obviously am gonna go with my favorite bands. But then I start to do this weird thing where I start to dig through the band, and I'm like, I need 10 tracks to encapsulate this band. And some bands, their songs are all over the place, and yet you sit there and go, oh well, that's so and so, like that's a so and so song. These guys you've put in front of me just music that it's exactly. And I know I sound like I'm bashing them, but I'm not. I absolutely am not, because they do what they do so well. But every song you go, that's The Pillows, no question. That's The Pillows.
Yeah, they have it's like Cake. They have a signature sound and they're consistent with it.
And they're so good at it. They're so good at it. It's I cringe to use the term bubblegum, but I mean, if you're not chewing bubblegum and you step in it, it sticks to you, right? This is stuff that sticks with you. You said it yourself, you've been a fan for 20, 30 years now, whatever it was. So I mean, this stuff is great. It's really, really great. And then the fact that they were chosen to do the soundtrack for FLCL.
Well, their music was picked to be the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's really what I meant. But like, I don't know. I think it just works so well. So
I'm really glad you're enjoying yourself. Have you recognized any more of the songs so far? I'm just out of curiosity.
So remember when I was like saying how I feel like, I'm not bashing them, and it's like, that's a Pillow song, that's a Pillow song. Unfortunately for me, a lot of it does blend together. So even if I did recognize it, I wouldn't know. And I know, I just got done like praising them and putting them on a pedestal, and I still feel that way. But when a band does have that signature sound and their songs do kind of have the same goings, you can easily. And then, of course, they're singing in Japanese, so there's the language barrier there.
And it's music you heard in an anime
20-something, 30-something years ago. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm old. Holy cow. Anyway,
I was just curious.
No,
boy!
it's okay.
All right. This next one here is a doozy. This is a song right here. This one is called "Thank You, My Twilight." It is off of their album by the same name, "Thank You, My Twilight," also from 2002. Oh, this song. This is another great album. This is a fantastic album, start to finish. It is a wonderful album. But this is a song that really sticks out on it, because this is another one that's like, we haven't heard him sing like this since Hybrid Rainbow. And like, I mean, you want to talk, he just goes all out on this one. This is an amazing song. It's got a really, really catchy hook to it. It's like this synth sound that kind of starts the song off and carries on throughout the course of the song. But boy, this is a big one. This is a heavy song. Sit back, relax, listen to it. Again, crank the freaking volume. This song is amazing. It's called "Thank You, My Twilight." Enjoy.
Life is beautiful. 僕のルーレット回り続けてる。She's wonderful. その瞳に今を映したい。迷わないでもう一度頼かを。誰かと待ち合わせて 僕のルーレット回り続けてる She's wonderful その瞳に今を映したい迷わないでもぎ取った予感を奇跡は起こらなくても十分だぜ今日が最後の日でも Thank you my twilight Thank you my twilight Thank you my twilight Thank you my twilight Thank you my twilight
I was Thank You My Twilight by the Pillows. How did that one make you feel?
Oh, all the feels. I really like that ending though. I like I like dynamic. I'm a rascal for dynamic, and when you have such a song that explodes that way, right? The drum gives you that big build up, and everything comes in real big, and then it just drops off, and you get that tiny little piano, synthesizer piece. It's like I don't know. It's very emotionally satisfying because for me, I listen to music not just with my ears, but I do tend to get sucked, especially when there's no, like I said, there's a language barrier here for me. I don't speak Japanese. I'm not even going to pretend to. So a lot of it becomes like an emotional connection to the music. I don't know what he's saying, but I have an idea of what the inference is, I suppose. And so something like that ending really satisfies like whatever's going on inside of me. But again, another great track. I appreciate to hear him sing, to really use his range and to just really kind of hear him belt it out. I love it when the singer has a great voice, and then when they push just enough, they get a little rasp kind of at the edge of their voice. I absolutely love that. I find that with guys like Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots and Lane Staley of Alice in Chains and stuff. Great. It was a great track. Absolutely fantastic track. Loved it.
Yeah, this is I hear what you're saying about the when they push their voice. Like you can really tell he was like it's not clean. When he hits those notes at the end, it's absolutely not clean. And
Mhm.
I think it's one of those things that really always drew me to like earlier Smashing Pumpkins stuff as well. Like Billy Corgan just wasn't a very precise singer, and it was such an unconventional voice. And I'm a big fan of when people strain themselves to get where they're going, like it's that important to sing these words. So I'm just a big fan. I'm a big fan of it. I freaking love that song. It's again, I don't know what he's singing about, but I know how he feels because it's coming through in the music, and it is a full body assault of a song there, and I could not possibly love it more. Which brings us to our last track. I'm sad that we're done because I could listen to these
Yeah.
guys all day, and in fact, I frequently do. Uh,
Today is a
I
day.
Today is the day. I might just do that. Might help perk me up. All right, so this last song that we're going to be listening to is called Scarecrow. It's off their 2007 album, Wake Up, Wake Up, Wake Up. And if this one is interesting because it is considerably more modern. It has some strings in it, which is it's still very much their sound, but it's like a kind of a bit of an evolution for them, which it was one of the things I really wanted to point out, that even though they do, like we said, they have their signature sound, they do continue to refine it and try new things. And I really like this song. So for our last song we'll be listening to together, here is Scarecrow by The Pillows. Enjoy.
旅を続けるつもりだよ君を連れて誰かが語った現実という名の物語が答えじゃないぜ見えるだろう指さしてよかすかな明かりが儚くても幻でも見えるだろう暮れゆく空からかう風二人の手は冷たいけど離さないで歩いていたい誓いもなく信じ合えた煙る街のざわめきに追いやられて気がめいるけどたかが千粒の涙がこぼれれば済むことさただそれだけさ聞こえるだろううなずいてよふさわしい音楽が小さくても消えそうでも聞こえるだろう瞬く星見知らぬ闇半分だけ月が笑う寂しくない悲しくない僕のために君が笑う I want to call you Scarecrow 暮れゆく空からかう風二人の手は冷たいけど離さないで歩いていたい神様より君を信じるもうすぐだろう目の前だろう一人じゃない一人じゃない瞬く星見知らぬ闇半分だけ月が笑う You can call me Scarecrow 夢の向こうまで僕は旅を続けるつもりだよ君を連れて
There you go. That's Scarecrow by The Pillows. How did you feel about that one?
It's a great way to end the episode. the episode proper. But yeah, I like songs that have uh that kind of ending because it I don't know, I have that thing where I love when a record kind of descends down, winds
Mm-hmm.
down. We took you on this great musical journey, and then it's like, okay, now you can go back to your life or whatever it was you were doing, and et cetera, et cetera. Beautiful song, another beautiful song. Great opportunity to hear him use his voice, dynamic wise, and the band, of course, just kicks, and it's just another great. Excuse me, it's another great track.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed this trip through the world of the pillows. I very much did too. This has been a fun one, and I hope some folks out there give this band a shot, because this is like it for me. This is among my favorite music out there in the world. I love this stuff so flippin' much, and I'm glad I was finally able to figure out more about this band. Thank you. The internet is a horrible thing. The internet was a mistake. It is the worst of us on display for all to see. But sometimes some good can come of it, like this podcast and listening to more music I never would have discovered otherwise. So there we have it. That is it. That wraps up our show. Join us next time for Matt's pick. Matt, what are we listening to next month? Is it Sponge?
Unfortunately, it is not. But I think down the line we will get to Sponge. As always, I had a tough choice. I wasn't sure where I wanted to go with my choice. My last episode, I mentioned a particular band was celebrating a 30th anniversary. I just learned yesterday that another one of my all-time favorite records is celebrating its 25th anniversary. They're going to be releasing a documentary about the band and its lead singer and stuff and their resurgence. So I'm having such a tough choice, but I think ultimately I'm going to go with the 30th anniversary. So our next episode will be, as far as I'm concerned, one of the most immortal bands in my eyes, Alice in Chains.
Oh,
Yep.
all right then.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I am familiar with Alice in Chains. Obviously, I do live on Earth, but I'm not extremely well versed in Alice of Chains. So that ought to be fun. All right,
Great.
cool.
I fully intend on playing deep cuts. Maybe there'll be a single or two, but I'm hoping to play maybe some stuff that you haven't heard. And for the record, as great as Wendell is as a singer, and the band has since moved on with I forget his last name, but Wendell as their singer, I will be doing strictly Lane Staley material.
All righty, good to know. All right, well that does it. Thank you for listening, everybody. We here at Turning Tracks are incredibly grateful to everyone who listens, and we love communicating with you when we can. We have a couple of ways you can do that. There's the Geekade Discord channel, in which we have a Turning Tracks chat where we hope to discuss all manner of stuff related to music and whatever our next episodes are going to be. And of course, you can always send us an email at mail@geekade.com. And while you're at it, check out all our social media channels, which you should totally follow, like, and subscribe to if you haven't already. Turning Tracks and other Geekade podcasts are made possible thanks to the Geekade Patreon page. Patrons can get access to a monthly podcast topic and recording schedule, get early access to most of Geekade's shows, including this one, and more. If you've enjoyed our podcast over the years, follow the link in the description and give it a look. We really appreciate it. And finally, as always, be sure to check out all the other great content we have on our site over at geekade.com. We're going to leave you today with a song called Ride On Shooting Star. It's a song that the Pillows recorded just for Fully Cooley and was used for the show's ending credits theme. It can be found on the compilation album Fool on the Planet or various Fully Cooley official soundtracks that have been released over the years. Thank you again for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time.